But like I said, they were super close games. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. But without any more of my yapping and sort of just mindless mumbo jumbo that I'm putting out there, it's going to be interesting to see how things shake out. And right off the rip, we're already off to a different start. OMiT Brooklyn getting the initial, and they are not looking to take their foot off the gas whatsoever. Nate going to find a good two-piece there on to Markle and Blue Gatorade. Markle sent back to the spawn, and once again, this is a really good early lead to have on P1, and P1 isn't even finished yet. Tucked away on Hill, was busy does get cleaned up, but Skill is here for the trade. It's going to be a big nade, going to get some big intel off of that, but Logano on a bit of a one-man mission here to flip these spawns. There is a player in the back. That's going to be Markle, I believe, in the back there. Yes, it is. Markle going to be able to find another, but Sovereign is there for the instant trade. However, he does have to read these spawns that there are some players pushed up on this left side. Big wins there, and off the bat, we're seeing a different OMiT Brooklyn. They're playing more calm, more cool, more collected, more structured Call of Duty than just running it down and challenging everything. And this is when they get dangerous. When they get locked in like this is when OMiT Brooklyn is ready to take over.
Yeah, it's dangerous for sure. I mean, oh, look at the break, though, from Kaos. Logano with 3. I mean, I think I 100% agree they're thinking it better, they're more calm, but sometimes there's a little bit of a passion that fires on through, but for now, it's put out as OMiT. They get a great secondary hold after a good initial re-break. Try to set themselves up for a P3. I mean, they don't even have to send anyone out, really. They have such a good position to play off of. They have so much map control already. Have to be careful about these gunfights. Logano gets taken down by Busy. And even still, the rest of OMiT looking to swarm like sharks. They want the P4 spawns. Look at how early they're going for it. That was something they didn't do as well as I would have liked them to in the previous time. And they do it much better here. They get P3 control, and look at where Kaos are spawning. They're spawning so far back.
And not only that, they also spawn right in the open. You're able to just cut them down from that dumpster heady, and this is what I was talking about. Look at the lead that OMiT is already starting to grow. They already have over half a hill lead on Kaos, and it's still growing. A bit of a contest there puts a pause on it, but once again, scrap going the way of OMiT Brooklyn. Kaos almost starting to look defeated already. 80-30 is the current score, and OMiT Brooklyn are not messing around. They want this cash, and they want it bad. Skill trying to find this player, lurking at does get picked up by Logano there, and that is going to be a massive kill. Big break here. Trades back and forth. Busy going to be able to find 2. Blue Gatorade looking for the player in the back, does manage to find him. Spawns have been achieved for Kaos. Blue Gatorade trying to get this break, but Skill putting in the work, putting in the time on that heady. Big wins. However, Logano is once again good for 2. This guy is a walking multi-kill when he gets on Hill. So look out. 92-42 is the score. 20 seconds remain on this Hill. Big shots there from Skill. Not going to be able to find the kill, though, as Markle is good and tucked in. P5 about to pop, and it looks like it's all OMiT Brooklyn around the new hard point.
This is going to be the most fun hard point. I will have been begging for more P5 between these two teams. It gets so electric in there. As for now, good play from OMiT to get a little bit more aggressive, but they're going to force a spawn out here from Kaos. Great positioning from Blue Gatorade. As into the hill they go, and the kills they find as Kaos gets an immediate break. They're able to extend it a little bit. Logano, a little bit quiet so far this map from him. He's going to get taken down again. Busy. Great kill there. Still able to find one as well. Great re-break from OMiT. They haven't fully completed it as it's still dark in position, but he gets cleared out. And OMiT, again, do not buckle in the face of a Kaos offensive.
Yeah, and this is, once again, like, Not to beat a dead horse here, but this is exactly what I was talking about when I said OMiT are going to make just some micro changes, and we're going to be looking at a completely different series, a completely different map. Look at how cool, calm, and collected they are. It's not as hectic. It's not as fly forward first skill. Just he's been electric all day today. Like, he has just been absolutely on fire. But look at the trades back and forth, and look at the consistency of OMiT Brooklyn right now.
Yeah, they are playing very, very calculated right now. I mean, look at this. We're on P1 right now, and they are locked in on this hill. Look at the positions. Even holding the space the way they are. Busy's in a great spot. Top Burger does have to drop down. Almost gets taken out. Great shots to try to force him back from Kaos. But these P2 spawns, at this point in the hill, they're the true prize. Look at Kaos, though. They're trying to hit an ult route and completely flip the script, but they get ripped on their own. 2 dead already. Blue Gatorade able to fight 1 back. Looking for more, though, towards this hill. It is dark. They get a little bit of the scrap, and they're still fighting for these P2 spawns. They need to find some big gunfights or wait for reinforcements to come. As 1 traded in, there's the reinforcements, and Kaos. They flip a table on OMiT again.
Yeah, and just great play here from these gentlemen. You know, Kaos finding a bit of stabilization here. Markle going to be able to find a long gunfight win there. That's going to slow things down. Finds another one onto Busy. However, don't think he knows about Sovereign quite yet. He has found out. Sovereign does get traded out by Blue Gatorade. Once again, if Kaos soaked the rest of this, they are going to be able to take the lead, and that looks like exactly what the plan is. However, Nate in position on this P3, starting to get towards this nail biter time of the match. 151 to 151 for just a second before Kaos take their first lead of the match.
They get a good opportunity to try to get something going on this P3. OMiT's setup was nowhere near as good as I thought they wanted it to be, but they still find the shots and they still find the kills. Still fighting in was Dark, but he gets taken down. He's staggered a little bit now as the rest of Kaos tries to hit forwards through outside of Burger. You're going to find a couple kills. Dark able to grab them there on Busy. Still looking for more as Busy. Consistently, he's been playing great in this series. The stand-in is standing on his head right now. And still, Dark fights forwards through the front end of the hill. Will flip the time over to Kaos. Still 10 points down for them. They still try to find it out. They still try to find the one-on-ones. They're doing it beautifully. Nate trying to hit an ult route around the outside of the map. The contest comes through and the shots are following. As in comes OMiT once more. I mean, they've got some good opportunities, but they spawn on top of P4. A bit of a miracle spawn for Kaos as they get the ultimate prize in this situation. And they get it gifted to them, but they still have to win the fight. It's Busy. Able to find one. Nate gets one as well on Markel. That's a huge 4 dead after Kaos get bailed out. Yeah, Kaos just doing everything to hold on here, but OMiT in the driver's seat once again. E4 is upon us, and Nate is just doing the great things here as he continues to cut them down as they pop up. Not able to find anything is Kaos right now, looking for a break. That's going to be a big 3 dead, but once again, they have to deal with Sovereign on time, able to find one before getting traded out. That is going to be spawns going over to the side of Kaos. Sovereign spawning out, however, not the end of the world. Only 20 seconds remain on this time. P5 about to pop, and P5, not really a hill that you have to set up for, but it is encouraged as it does get a little mixy in there. So we're going to have to wait and see and sort of see how things pan out here after E5 pops. But every second that passes is a second closer to OMiT taking map number 1. E5 into P1 finish. You couldn't ask for more between these two teams. There's an immediate break from Kaos. Will force OMiT to try to re-hit in towards this hill. They get the trophies down immediately. That'll stop a lot of this OMiT offensive. Dark gets aggressive himself. Finds 1 kill there. Sovereign finds a big trade on to Busy, but it's not enough. Still, Kaos soaking the time. Good set for a moment from OMiT. They're not... Oh, they are still barely able to win on this hill. That's such a big deal. Chaos, they can't go set up for P1 just yet. They have to find a 1-second contest. They tap it for a moment, and then they go set up for P1. Good awareness there from Chaos, but they're going to put themselves on the brink as they still continue to try to fight in as they get absolutely shredded. And that might be it slipping through their fingers. Some spawning out towards that P1 side. Big fight here. Nate trying to find the kill. Doesn't go down, and that's big enough as he dies eventually. But he buys time for his team to rotate forwards. It doesn't matter, though, as Markel grabs a huge kill there. It's going to have to be an almost perfect kill here from Chaos if they want to close it out.
Yeah, and really all OMiT needs is 5 seconds, just an insta break here, but not going to be able to find it as Skill does find 3. That is going to be 4 dead. 4 seconds remain. Nobody in this proximity of the hill, and OMiT take our first map.
And keep their crowns onto the ground, but not before this rewind S&D comes to a close. An opportunity as Markel going to get that very first blood. That even just a little bit of invigoration for this team right now on what is a harrowing situation for them is so great.
That's huge. Finding that bomb planter is going to be absolutely massive. You do know that you have that 1 player deep on the island. Sovereign going to be able to find blue Gatorade. The bomb that has gone down. It is a 2v2 retake situation, and there's nothing really much to retake. Not a lot of presence in the bomb site. Skill trying to run it down here on to Markel, and that's exactly what transpired. Big win here, and that is the first round going into OMiT's pocket. Not as comfortably as they would have liked. Looks like Chaos have done some tweaking of their own, but OMiT Brooklyn still managed to take that first round with a fair bit of time left on the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, a round where, again, they were down 3-2. They were the team that was, in a bad situation, but that play out of side door, getting the bomb planter, and I mean, if you don't get that kill, the round, I'm almost certain is just over. It's such a hard situation after that, as now OMiT, I mean, they've shown they can do it in the clutch, time in and time out. This is the furthest we've seen them pushed with this roster in its entirety. Is still the initial play towards this B side is not likely, as A already overwhelmed, busy. We're going to try to hit this side route, catch some rotators. Not much to find for now. Look at OMiT. They're a little lost. They don't realize just how together Chaos are playing. Is a good and necessary fight win from Markel. Gives them an opportunity now in this 3v2 post-plant scenario.
Yeah, but Busy just has the beam on him, spots that player. Somehow Markel gets out with his life there. Don't know how that happened. That was insane. But his position is known 2v1. He's going to have to be absolutely perfect here. Play lights out Call of Duty. 25 seconds left on the clock. Not sure why we're looking at a dead body, but that is what it is. Just looking at the mini app, player number 6 is going to be able to find that one, and OMiT take a 2-round lead in this first S&D.
Yeah, I mean, these rounds start getting harder and harder the more OMiT string together. You've got to win one here soon if you're Chaos. You didn't find a round win previously until after they had 5. And if you let it get to that point, I don't care if you win 3 in a row, you are not going to be able to reverse sweep a team like OMiT on a map like this when they already have so much building.
Yeah, it's just it's not looking great right now for them whatsoever. But there is a small glimmer of hope. Sovereign trying to get things done here. Currently sitting at 3-0.
Situation. Busy. Can't find the kill, and it's a great trade out from Chaos. Trying to get into the bomb plant once again. Nate finding onto blue Gatorade, a great opportunity. Try to make this happen in the 3v3. They have control over A-bomb for now, but it looks like blue Gatorade need to get a little adventurous there, trying to find a 1v1, but Skill out towards the wing. It will not be in position to do anything about this bomb plant. He's going to try to get something going, closing in, but winning the fight is Markel. Opportunity gone, and the numbers up post plant again for Chaos.
Yeah, and we've seen this before, but Nate finds the equalizer, making this a 2v2 retake. 30 seconds left on the bomb. Once again, we're just looking at a dead body. Yeah. Not it looks like it's
into the 2v2. I mean, it's an opportunity to get something done, but the time is just it's gone. I mean, there's so little left. You have to stick this diffusion. You have to win 2 1v1s back to back, and it's just not going to happen. Chaos, when they need it around, they'll get one, and now they're going to look to string something together of their own.
Yeah, and Chaos definitely is a team that can do it. Absolutely beautiful angle here from Markle, able to get the diffuser first and then find his teammate. Yeah, great stuff out of Markle there. Chaos finding, bouncing back a little bit after that 2-round slump.
Yeah, a huge opportunity. I mean, we start to look at some of the KDs. Nate, again, is playing lights out for OMiT. Time in and time out. He's been so good this series. Conversely, I mean, some of the other members of OMiT, they've had some silent maps. This one, it's still a little too early to tell, but an immediate play in towards the site. They get that bomb down, and it's going to be a 4v4 retake. We haven't seen this just yet. Dark, looking to get adventurous. He's got a little bit of danger up his pocket, and he's not afraid to let OMiT see it. Good play in from Skill. Gets some good shots on, but can't confirm any kills. Opportunity now for Chaos, but they're still down numbers. And that timer continues to run on down. Opportunity gone as Logano in a 1v2. Timer already almost gone there. He's completely surrounded. 10 seconds left is nowhere near enough. OMiT, they punch back firmly against Chaos, and they'll reestablish that 2-round lead.
Yeah, and it was almost the exact same situation that that OMiT was in the last go round, the last round, and Chaos just not able to close that one out. A 4v4 retake is definitely not ideal, but it is winnable. Just some lives got thrown, and OMiT retake their 2-round advantage.
I think, again, Chaos, they really need to stop this lead from getting any larger. It feels like a 3-round lead at this stage of the map, while not impossible, is so hard, especially against an already somewhat deflated Chaos team compared to how well they were playing in the first map. The initial kills will leave us down to a 3v3 Skill. Still in a good power position over by the dumpster, but not much going on towards either side in the way of fights. Look at number 3 on your minimap, Dark. He's going to test the water as he gets the pre-fire and finds the kill. Dark will get traded down by Busy. Down to a 2v2. First kill goes the way of Chaos, but the double back is beautiful. And OMiT, they'll get the first 3-round lead.
Yeah. And OMiT they're not messing around anymore. I can tell you that for sure. Busy 6-2. The sub 6-2. He is I don't know if he got yelled at in between series or what, but he's locked, cocked, ready to rock right now, and that's exactly what he's doing. On the side of Chaos, not a great showing out of Dark or Markel. Blue Gatorade even, Logano even. But yeah, Nate, everybody on the side of OMiT except for Skill is currently positive by a pretty hefty margin. 5-3, 6-2, 6-4, 2-6. As Skill falls once again, he's going to be that opening pick. I think a little bit of exhaustion maybe setting in there because he has been their rock, their pillar, the guy that they can rely on. But an equalizer has been found. Logano is going to fall. Blue Gatorade going to rip this RC car real quick. Tokyo Drift style. Not able to find anything with it. Big win there at a Sovereign. Markle is going to find Busy, though. Big win there. Oh, my goodness. Sovereign not able to find the 3, but I believe it was Gatorade there for the trade.
Yeah, OMiT, they'll find another round, a good opportunity to shut the door early, get the same score and the same result as the last time you ran this map mode combo. I don't want to say the door is fully closed on Chaos just yet. I mean, it never is. We've seen them do great things this series, but not on this S&D. And it's just looking like OMiT, like you said, they just seem to be those S&D demons. And now you start to get concerned as well about Chaos heading into later on map 5, which is now unavoidable for them if they lose this.
No, 100%. Well, it is avoidable. The way to avoid it is lose either map 3 or map 4, but then the series is over, which is obviously not what they want. Both teams are hungry for this cash, but it really just comes down to who's hungrier. Blue Gatorade left in a 1v2, not able to find it. OMiT Brooklyn take map 2. Same score as last series, so it's definitely going to be interesting. But hopping right in, we're going to hop on board here with Nate. Skill. Nate going to find the opener. Skill is going to find another. It's going to be 3-2 in the life count here. Chaos a little bit behind. No progress being made on either point so far. Skill going to be able to find that one, and here he goes, starting to get activated. Currently sitting at 2-0. Manages to find a third before getting taken out. Nate also 3-0. Not going to be able to find Logano, but the trade is in from Sovereign, and this is what I was talking about. No one-man performance, no showboating, none of this. They are playing good fundamental Call of Duty, and that's what we want to see, right? It's the show. You know, it's like a good golf adage: drive for show, putt for dough. If you can't do the most basic stuff, you're not going to be able to win these series. And right now, OMiT is showing us they can do the basic stuff. They're getting back to basics. They're keeping the point clear. They're not chalking it up. They're not giving away any unnecessary ticks. And they're up 4 lives right now. This is a masterclass in defense from them.
Yeah, they got to be a little bit careful again. This can flip on a dime, but I mean, they are playing great right now for the side of OMiT.
That's round.
Gonna try to lock this down in a spawn trap, awkward round. I mean, there's just no time. Chaos, that was... I mean, that needed to be about 4 levels higher than it was right there. 0 ticks when previously 3 was expected of them is a stark difference. And I mean, it just goes to show the level that OMiT are at right now compared to previous.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't want to count Chaos out quite yet, but we have seen this from OMiT before, where they sort of joke around before the bracket reset, and then the bracket reset comes in, and then it's just swift punishment. They throw it down, and they throw it down pretty hard. So they're definitely looking to reclaim their throne as the untouchables in the U18 COD scene, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Nate 7-3 from that one round, and it didn't even go to lives. He got a quarter of their lives, and it didn't even go there. Sovereign going to be able to find that one. That's going to be a big opening 2 for 2. Nate tucked away, watching for the defenders to run up this. Oh, that is terrible timing. Markle going to be able to grab 2 there on to a couple of OMiT Brooklyn players. Dark going to be able to find Busy. And once again, this is a masterclass in defending, but Nate going to be able to find that first. Not able to find the second, but is able to get out with his life. Logano coming for the reach out. B is being captured right now. No real threat quite yet. That nade is going to clear them off, but Sovereign tucked away in a great position. 24-22, make it 23-22, 22-22. That is 3 dead in the feed. And the pressure at B is on. However, one player still on A to keep that clock stopped, even after these players get pulled off of B, or to just do as much damage as possible. One of the 2. Big win there from Sovereign. This guy is a god with the pistol. Look out. And yeah, it looks like B has been chalked up, and the focus is flipped over to A. 3 ticks have been achieved. B almost finished. Going to be 4 in just a moment. There goes B. 4 ticks of progress for OMiT Brooklyn. Still with a big win onto Logano there. That's going to be a massive opener. 15-17 is the life count. Make it 15-16 as Blue Gatorade able to find that one on the edge of the map. Lots of OMiT presence up in this top cat area. That's going to be a big 3 dead. Time to hop on point, set up the spawn trap, and hop on point. Let's get this round done and dusted. The 3-stack is in. This is just going to fly by. And ladies and gentlemen, OMiT Brooklyn have essentially secured their defense round 5 if we go there with that full 6-tick round.
Yeah, huge opportunity now for OMiT to shut this down on the easier defense side. They are the king of ticks right now. It's impossible for them to lose on ticks. It would have to be on the tiebreaker lives after. I mean,
and even then, Kaos would have to shut them out in a round. No ticks.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, even absolute worst case scenario, they go down to the tiebreaker of tiebreakers as they've set themselves up beautifully. But this will be their absolute best chance to close out the series 2-0 up in both the map and the series. They're going to try to shut this one down. Initial fights will go the way of Kaos this time. They get an early advantage, and they're going to look to try to expand it, but they can't when Busy is still flying around the map. What is his pathing right now? He has zero fear, looking for the wrap on these players heading towards A. His first target might be Markel.
Yeah, and Gatorade going to be able to find one. Sovereign still sort of hanging back, playing defense for his team. Busy up in the business of Kaos. I was about to say OMiT Brooklyn, but he's on OMiT Brooklyn, and Sovereign going to be able to clear that A point. No progress being made over at A. A little bit. We'll say a quarter tick there, Graph. Will you agree with that?
Yeah, about that. Oh my goodness. Look at Nate right now. 19-10. He wants this series over with right now. And he's still looking to find it. Sovereign, top art will find one. Tries to chow down and try to find some of the players towards this A side. Gets one trade. Will he be able to find a second? No. Gets taken down there by Logano. Still looking for more is Kaos. They need to finish this hill here. They can't afford to bleed more lives than they already have, as the B still looms large in the face of them. Look at the route, though, from Busy. He's got a great timing to catch maybe more than one here. And as those lives become ever so precious, the one kill becomes more than anything else you could ask for. Busy will find a good timing there on the Logano as well. And look at the OMiT snowball start to form.
Yeah, and that's the thing they are so good at, is snowballing. It's like a good rust wipe. If anybody plays Rust in here, you get a full kit and then you just snowball from there. Sovereign 13-8, Busy 11-12, Nate 20-12 after 2.5 rounds. Skill 16-11. These OMiT Brooklyn guys are not playing around. They are here to close it out. They want the cash. How will you take it? Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, let me know, because it looks like they are going to be your cup champions. Not count my chickens just yet, but 5-10 now.
Brooklyn, they may stumble.
SG.
Oh my goodness, OMiT, they may stumble. They may fall, but only 2 kills away. And at least when they fall on their throne. They're the rightful owners. Kaos already out of the server. They do not believe in Markel, as he's the last bastion left. As OMiT mount their thrones, they will be met with a server of emptiness.